play today, Dave?
And again, with a loss, they're going to be playing in 48 hours with a win. They don't play till the weekend. Starting lineups brought to you by Booking.com. This has been the starting five for the Warriors. In the home stretch, they've been one of the best teams in the league the last 2 months. Curry, Podziemski, Moody, Butler, and Green. And for the Clippers, they have the best record in the league over the last 20 with Harden, Leonard, and Zubac in the starting five. And Ty Lue told us before the game the reason the Clippers are where they are because of their 17-3 mark. Kawhi Leonard has arrived back being the player he was prior to the injury.
Not only that, Dave, they built a defensive identity early. And if Jeff Van Gundy adding him to the staff, they're the third best defensive team in the league. The Warriors are the sixth. Look for a defensive game here this evening. They're both, surprisingly, Dave, they're average offensively. Warriors are 16th, Clippers 15th. So two of the best defensive teams in the league matching up today.
You see the scores in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. They will be updated throughout the day. All these games matter on the final day of the 2025 NBA regular season. Podziemski has been great the last 2 months since the arrival of Jimmy Butler, which changed everything for everyone on the Warriors roster. Podziemski on the drive, comes up short, but a foul called on Powell.
Talked about what Jimmy Butler has done. Clearly, we know who Kawhi Leonard is as Podziemski. Norman Powell doesn't like the call. Bumped him a little bit on the hip. But both these guys, right? You talk about the Clippers. They were good before Kawhi showed up, and he's just been unbelievable. And the Warriors with Jimmy have been just as good. Two of the hottest teams in the league right here.
Since the arrival of Jimmy Butler, in the games that Butler has played, Golden State is 23-6. With Kawhi Leonard in the lineup for the Clippers, they are 25-11. This is Leonard's 37th game. He didn't play in the previous 3 meetings with the Warriors, but the Clippers won them all anyway.
Yeah, and Curry, you talk about what Butler's done for the team. For Steph Curry's shooting 14 percentage points better from the field with Jimmy on the team. That's just tremendous.
And his scoring average has gone up about 4 points per game. Here's Zubac, most improved player and defensive player of the year candidate. So is Draymond Green, might be the front runner right now. James Harden, all NBA candidates, had a great year. And he cans a three to start the game.
You saw the Warriors there. They're going to double Zubac early. And then Harden's one of the best in the league at scoring. Has always been. But if they're going to double Zubac like they did, Moody has to make sure he contests on Harden.
Chris Dunn, great deflection. He's one of the NBA leaders in steals. Zubac got the smaller Podziemski on him. Here's a three from Dunn, and it's good. Zubac with the kick out, an area he has improved greatly at.
It's interesting. On Dunn, he leads the league, Dave, in space allowed to shoot at 9 feet. But he made the Warriors pay there.
Podziemski with the mid-range shot at 6'4", early on Clippers. A ton of scenarios for the Clippers. In fact, they could still finish 4th, but they could also finish 7th, depending on what happens elsewhere. Draymond Green called for an early foul. The first on Golden State.
One of the things to look for here is the rebounding. Warriors are the top 5 in the league, Dave. Offensive rebounding and second chance points. Clippers are top 5 in not allowing offensive rebounds and second chance points. So a big possession battle here to see who can get on top in that area.
Here's Leonard, fakes the pass and scores inside.
And it's 8-4, Clippers up early.
Leonard averaging 25 points per game in the month of April. 50, 50, 90. 50% from the floor, 50 from 3, and over 90 from the line during that stretch. Butler inside though. Good defense, Leonard. And Kawhi looking to push, gets downhill and scores again. 10-4 LA.
Well, if you watch this league, we've all know who Kawhi Leonard is, but it's how he's moving now, Dave. You've covered this thing a long time, and even Ty Lue said that the way he's moving with pop, and that's what you want to see out of Kawhi Leonard. It's not his skill, it's his, can he have that pop in his leg?
Curry fouled by Dunn, and there were many that thought after the latest Leonard injury, he would never get back to where he is right now.
And look, he looks spry here. This is easy for him. He just fakes the pass. Zubac, Draymond took Zubac there. And then this is where he's so good. He's so strong finishing around the basket. He gets that rebound, he can go. And like we said, he's been unbelievable the last 20 games.
Bro. Come on, dog.
Curry hits the first free throw. Steph has had a great month as well. Had a 52-point game against Memphis. A couple of 30-point games against the Lakers and Denver. But he also had 3 points in a loss to Houston. The Warriors have actually lost 2 in a row at home. Houston and San Antonio on a Harrison Barnes buzzer beater.
And you look at Curry, I don't know if you can see it on the TV, but that wrap around his right thumb, that's not a little wrap. I shook his hand before the game. It's a real wrap. And will that affect things?
Good defense, Draymond, on Zubac.
For the game.
Good
Defense
defense
by
the floor.
Draymond Green. Zubac thought there should have been a foul. That would have been the second on Green.
Pass to Curry. Curry back to Draymond. Draymond the Pods. Come on, man. Get something going. Pods
to the
probing.
foul line. Leans in.
Oh, my God.
Kept that pivot foot down.
Moody for 3.
Three from Moody.
No good.
Zubac's fourth in the league in rebounding. He's had 5 games of 20 rebounds or more.
James Harden going to the hole.
Harden with the breakdown of Pajewski and the hit in the lane.
And that's what these guys want to do, Dave. Second most isolations in the league behind the Celtics. This is how the Clippers play, and this is how this guy's been playing for a long time. James Harden, very comfortable out here, gets to his left hand and finishes with the floater.
The NBA on ESPN is presented all season long by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Man, this looking like
And in part by Meta.
seed, bro.
Talk it out with Meta AI.
Foul! Jimmy!
Hey, I was eating that.
No, Big Daddy. You're eating a toasted ultimate Italian with melty provolone.
Yes! Here's some hot sauce! Everyone gets a sandwich!
New toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it look
good.
like we gonna be in the 7th seed. This is not looking good.
When you're with Amex Gold,
What's up with everybody?
you can stack 4 times points on restaurants around the world.
Yeah, it's looking like we gonna be in the 7th seed the way they playing right now, bro. The Clippers getting anything they want. They getting buckets off of transition, missed shots. We had a turnover, didn't convert, and it's not looking good right now, bro. Warriors gotta lock in. They have to lock in, bro. This is not looking good, bro. And one of the problems is that we are small, bro. We are. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. We was able to, because of the team that we had, we were able to play small. But we don't have a Klay Thompson, a Kevin Durant no more. We don't have a prime Andre Iguodala no more. Yeah, they slashing and bashing to the cup, and we missing layups and missing layups and missing threes, and they converting on easy transition lays. These commercials is long as hell, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. This shit is crazy though, man. I don't understand what it is about this team, bro.
Should be like a game 7 kind of vibe. You win, and again, you control your destiny on a guaranteed playoff series.
Like
you lose,
bro.
you roll the dice. So I think I said last game, like good teams find a way to win, big games like that, and that's what we're aiming to do.
And as he's talking, he drills a 3. He's so talented, can do it all. first basket of the game for Curry.
And he's got one of the best on-ball defenders in the league, and Chris Dunn matching up with him. So Curry, again, he's going to do that, and Dunn's job is just to make it as difficult as he can all afternoon.
Again, either team wins, they are in automatically. They get the top 6 bid. Here's Harden for 3, off the side of the rim.
Yeah, and another reason, you just, for teams that we...
Oh, my God.
Curry coming off the Green screen. Hits Green on a drive. Green scores off the window.
They've been doing that a long time. And Curry demands such attention, but good timeout by Steve Kerr. Got this team settled back into some of that stuff they've been doing. Great out-of-bounds play. Get Curry the 3, and there the pick and roll. Nice decision by Curry to drop it off for Draymond.
5 quick points after the timeout for Golden State, and then a steal. Moody
Steal by Moody.
A 7-0 win by Golden State.
Golden State up 13-12. 7-0 win.
And Tyloo said the Warriors are going to have a flurry in the first quarter, and they got to stay composed. This may be the beginning of it, but the Clippers are a solid.
We got to keep this going, bro.
Harden leaves it for Zubac, and knocked out of bounds off Zubac. The crowd, the intensity in here does feel like a Game 7.
And the Warriors are going to have to do it by committee. Just look at the size difference between these two teams. Just the positional size of this Clippers team. That's what makes them so good defensively.
Curry working with Draymond again, and then pass off the mark, out of bounds to the Clippers as Green hits the deck.
He looks like he hit the deck pretty good there. He's still down, but Moody's right here. Just that's just tough to do. James Harden is elite at protecting the ball, and Moody seizes the opportunity there.
Draymond's still down.
Yeah, he's slow to get up. I don't know if he hit his head on the hardwood when he went down, but he's
on the back of his neck.
In here. Well, maybe the knee. Oh, right there, Powell. Yeah, he's still grabbing that.
He's going to stay in the game, though. Meanwhile, Buddy Hield, the first substitution for the
Jimmy Butler.
Leonard on the baseline. Cross-court pass, quick catch and shoot. Powell's free, no good. Powell's had a great year when healthy. Career high 22 points per game.
Oh,
Breaks up the pass intended for Moody. Two of the top defensive teams in the NBA going toe-to-toe. Powell in the paint. And foul called here.
Bro, let's keep turning the fucking ball over, bro. God.
Buddy Hield picks up the fouls. Take a look at the national TV schedule brought to you by Infinity. On Monday, the WNBA draft presented by State Farm. Paige Becker's the likely #1 pick. ESPN 7:30 Eastern. Tuesday night, SoFi NBA play-in tournament on TNT. Atlanta, Orlando, Memphis taking on an unknown opponent just yet. I don't know if there'll be 7 or 8. It depends on what happens the next 2 hours. And Wednesday night, we've got 2 play-in games we know for sure. Heat, Bulls, that'll be in Chicago in the 9-10. Mavs, Kings, we know as well. Just don't know if it's going to be in Sacramento or Dallas. If Sacramento beats Phoenix, it will be in Sacramento. Got all that?
No, I don't.
The kind of day that can make your head spin. And with that head of hair, we wouldn't want to lose anything.
Oh, man.
Zubac with the rebound off the Curry miss.
Nice, bro.
Harden again with the floater. Missed it that time. A tip by Zubac. What a year he's had.
Yeah, Harden's been doing that pick. He's just creating angles. And him and Zubac lead the league in pick and roll run of any tandem, Dave, in the whole league.
Butler from mid-range. That's where he excels. One of the best in the game. And he's always so under control. Settles everybody else down as well.
Mm-hmm. And he's been huge. I mean, him and Kawhi Leonard have a similar type of game. They both are so good at getting to their spots.
Both excel on the defensive end, and both get to the free throw line. An and one for Kawhi Leonard.
I got to say, Dave, this is the best I've seen him look in a long time. This is the Kawhi Leonard that a lot of people have seen it 4 or 5 years ago. And this is what he does, but the way he's moving, There's no caution to his movement. And when he's at that level, he's one of the best players in the NBA when he is feeling good.
Last year he played 68 games, was second team All-NBA. And then did not play this year until January 4th because of the knee.
And you know, what he's doing now, a lot of players can't elevate in the playoffs or level up their game. He's got no problem doing that. So he's a guy that can do it not only in the regular season, but in the playoffs as well.
Season high 42 minutes against Sacramento. Ty Lue said he can play that again today. Whatever's needed, gets a deflection there. Same goes for the Warriors in terms of the minutes.
Stagnant offense.
Pocket pass to Looney from Looney, and Looney scores from about 8 feet. It's interesting, the Warriors have gone to their bench 8 deep, yet Jonathan Kuminga is not part of that group, at least not yet.
Yeah, they've had a hard time figuring out how to fit him in. And, you know, he's been great for them in many situations this year, but they've had a hard time just figuring out how to incorporate him with Butler.
Zubac with the score. Pass from Dunn. Meanwhile, we're told Draymond Green has gone back to the locker room
is a problem right now, bro.
and was holding his neck after that hard fall.
Yeah, he took a big shot. It was Norman Powell going the other direction.
Payton's pass knocked away by Powell.
On?
Leonard in transition, hits Harden, and Harden missed the layup, but a foul, and if that's on Curry, that's 2 quick ones on Steph.
Well, if you're the Warriors,
bro,
not only the Clippers are a good team, but that's 2 on Curry, and you got Draymond Green in the back. A couple things to be concerned about early, but Kawhi Leonard in the open court attracted a lot of attention. And
that wasn't no
Harden
foul,
there,
bro.
Curry, I think got him in the face a little bit.
Second on Curry for team foul. It looks like the left eye.
Bro, this nigga Curry is
Harden.
playing trash, bro. He keeps fouling, bro. What the fuck is going on?
Year 16 for Harden, and you can make the case this is his best season in 5 years. He's averaging 23 points per game. It's his 79th game, his most since 2017. He's hit over 200 threes for the first time since 2020. Excellent free throw shooter, rare miss, and he's 5th in the league in assists.
Well, what he also did was, Ty Lue said before the game, they were surprised Kawhi was going to be out as long as he was. And this guy right here held down the fort. He held it down while Kawhi took a little bit longer than a lot of people thought and kept his Clipper team in the West race. And then when Kawhi came back, it just boosted them. And you said about the hottest team in the NBA right now, 7-game win streak.
6-time first-team All-NBA and a 1-time third-team All-NBA. Has a great chance to be on one of those All-NBA teams this year. Was an All-Star for the 11th time this season.
And now look, this is interesting. Curry goes to the bench, which is a little uncommon. It's those 2 fouls. And these have been the tougher minutes historically for this Warriors team when Curry goes to the bench. That's a big lift for 3. That's a big lift. When Buddy Hield plays well, so does this Warriors team. But this is where Jimmy Butler has really helped them in the non-Curry minutes.
7th time that he's had over 200 threes, Buddy Hield in a season. Zubac with the score. He's got 6 early points. Harden has 8, Leonard 7. Curry leads Golden State with 5. It's a 4-point Clipper lead with 3.5 to go in the first quarter. Winner gets a guaranteed spot in the top 6 and won't have to play until next week into the playoffs. Essentially gets a bye. Podziemski driving, goes underneath, caught in the air and kicks it out. The shot clock at 1. Payton gets it away in time, but it's an air ball on the triple try.
Oh my God, bro.
Good example of possession. The Clippers just elite at rotating and their size, right? It's just that they're big. You got to be here, you see it. They just got size and length all over the place, and nice job on that possession. But this is where Jimmy Butler, you know, this is a meaningful game. Not that they all aren't, but this is where he's talking to Brandon Podziemski right now. He's saying, look, give me the ball. Let me dictate. That's what he's one of the best in the league. Steve Kerr said it. The playmaking, the shot creation of Jimmy Butler's. That's been the difference in the non-Curry minutes.
The other thing Kerr told us before the game is how impressed he's been with Butler's leadership. The amount of time that Butler has spent with some of the younger players to get them ready for what's ahead here in the postseason.
And that's an example right there. Look, and now he's doing it with Payton. This is why he wins. We talk about winning. Winning isn't just sitting there taking care of your own business. It's communicating with your teammates. It's letting them know what you need. And that guy right there, he knows how to win in the playoffs. I mean, very few players get that much better, and he does. Just because he wants to win, he knows how to do it.
Reason for the delay was a spilled beer. A little early for a beer.
Yeah,
but
it feels like a, you know, past noon though, right?
You're saying that's okay?
I think so. I think that's the rule.
Zubac. Hard got the ball at the top of the on the right wing.
Driving, another floater.
He goes up for a layup. It's off. We get the ball in transition.
3
Push.
minutes to go in the first.
Push
Clippers
it.
by 4.
Oh my God.
Curry on the bench with a couple of fouls.
I hate
Draymond
our
Green yet to
half-court
return from the
offense.
locker room to the bench.
Jesus, bro.
Bogdanovich, a pickup by the Clippers at the deadline. For the
Jimmy,
line.
put it down.
Nobody helped and Butler dunks. Timeout LA.
See, that's Jimmy Butler. When you put the ball in his hands, when Curry's not in the game, he should be the
Yeah. We got to win this game, bro. This is going to be a tough one right here.
The Infinity QX60. Comfort
Not gonna lie to you, this is
redefined.
gonna be a
Luxury
tough one.
rediscovered. Invest.
This is definitely going to be a tough one right here, bro. Because the Clippers are a great defensive team, and we are a great defensive team. The difference is they got more size than us. We really got to win this game, man. Like we cannot afford to lose. Yes, fight to the death is right. And neither team is going to give up without a fight. But like I said, it all depends on who's going to defend and who is going to defend, who can get the most stops, and who can it's going to come down to rebounding, who can get the most stops, and what superstars, you know what I'm saying, take over. Is it going to be Jimmy and Curry, or is it going to be Harden and Kawhi? And then they got Norman Powell over there too. We got like Paczynski, who's been hot. So, you know what I'm saying? And then Draymond, don't forget about Draymond. Draymond get, you know what I'm saying, them fake handoffs, a couple of them, a couple of putbacks, mess around. Draymond had 20 points. I need him to stay under today, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Well, we need to win this game, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
To make it to the league and get my money right.
KT.
Playoffs are here, and it's about to be ridiculous, unbelievable, unfair, downright nasty, straight up, can't miss, don't blink, grab your popcorn and strap in cinema. This isn't about who's next,
Right?
this is about who's now. This time,
Playoffs.
call it B-ball.
Welcome back to NBA Sunday, presented by State Farm. Steve Kerr said Jimmy Butler's greatest impact on this team, without a doubt, has been shot creation. He said we no longer have to run 8,000 off-ball screens in motion to generate a reaction from the defense. He's the best ISO player in the league, and he hardly ever shoots it. He takes it himself, gets fouled, or kicks the ball to somebody else, and it generates a defensive rotation. So he's made the game a lot easier for us, guys.
And Katie, he and Draymond Green have been great together. We don't know if they're going to play together the rest of this game, though. We're being told that Draymond Green has a neck strain. His return is TBD.
Coming up the court.
And obviously, we don't need to even. I mean, that's it. That would be a huge blow to this Warriors team. Let's hope he gets back from that locker room, but he has not. He's still back down there, it looks like.
And if you're Steve Kerr, that's a challenge, right? Because you're going to play another game, regardless of what happens here. The question is, are you playing on Tuesday. And so if you're Kerr, how does the team handle the injuries, the minutes, all that?
Yeah.
Draymond
If this is
and
this is it. Like that's a real blow, right? And he grabs it immediately and stays down. And that's full speed, two guys going in different directions, and his neck took the full force of that.
Is okay.
Second foul on heel. Derek Jones Jr. missed the free throw. Great addition by the Clippers. Jones was a part of that Maverick team that went to the NBA Finals last year. Career year for him in scoring and three-point shooting, and always an excellent defender. Over the last 20 games, the Clippers not only have the best defense in the NBA, they're the #1 three-point shooting team, the #1 overall shooting team. And Draymond's back, and he's going to come back into the next dead ball.
All right, forget it.
Quentin Post about to check in as well. 3-point lead for LA.
For three.
Step back three. Good.
It's good. Puginski. And the game is tied. 25-25.
Surgeons in the last 20, 30 games, he's been a huge part of that. Struggled at the start of the year, but has really come on in the last third of the season.
15 points.
Yeah. Turnover.
Turnover by the Clippers. 45% from three since March 1st for Puginski.
And this that's confidence too. Early on in the year, he was turning down open threes, and that's just a step back. Looks comfortable, looks confident.
Second-year player out of Santa Clara. All
Let's
connected
Utah,
to what
Utah
Katie was talking
four.
about in her report
Let's
with
see if they can do
Jimmy Butler and just
bro.
how he makes things easier for everybody else. The reason they have not inbounded the ball yet is even though Draymond Green has checked in, his shirt wasn't tucked in as if John Butler.
Sometimes they let that slide.
The official
this
made
time,
sure.
yeah, they said no.
That's game set. It's a game
Jimmy
set.
bringing it up the court.
Got to be properly dressed for this.
Right.
Steph got
Nearing a
2
minute to
fouls,
go.
so he on the bench.
Butler looking to drive, gets past
Jimmy
Bogdanovich.
with another dunk.
Yeah, and that's not a good matchup for the Clippers. That's what the Warriors are doing. They're seeking out Bogdanovich in that pick and
Jimmy
roll.
got
The Clippers are going to have to make an
6.3
adjustment. They
in the
cannot
first
leave
quarter.
Bogdanovich on an island
He's
against
being
Jimmy.
aggressive.
Warriors take a 2-point lead with a minute to go here in the opening quarter.
Harden guarded by Buddy Hield.
Harden penetrates into the lane.
For three. Clippers for three. No good.
Too strong.
Puginski on the transition.
First shot of the game for
Butler with the ball
Now they get a
again.
beer coffee on Butler, and on the switch, here's Bogdanovich again.
ISO.
With guarding
ISO Jimmy. ISO Jimmy.
Butler attacking, got him off his feet.
And it's a foul. Free throw merchant Jimmy.
First on.
Yay.
Go to the free throw line.
We got a free throw merchant.
Third time
Finally.
they isolated Bogdanovich.
Play out Jimmy is here.
This is just
It's a
Draymond
different
got the ball
energy.
up and Simmons, but
It's a different
previous
energy.
possession, Butler, he's got 2 dunks now with Bogdanovich as the private defender and then fouled. So the Clippers, you better believe they're over there talking about a better way to defend Jimmy Butler when they give him the ball in isolation.
52 points the last 2 games for Butler, 27 of 28 at the line. NBA League Pass puts the ball in your court. Stream the late season drama anywhere, anytime. All of the new low price for limited time only. Sign up at NBA.com/League Pass to start streaming right now, right this second. I mean, look at all these games we got going on. Upper right-hand corner of your screen, all impact the postseason, play-in, playoffs. A rare miss for Butler at the line, 88% free throw
Harden going to
shooter.
the hole.
Racing down
He
court.
misses the free. He misses the
Again.
layup. He on the break.
Warriors in transition.
Jimmy.
Butler
Jimmy with the
holds it.
layup.
And
And a foul. Jimmy going crazy.
He's taking
Yeah.
here in the first quarter.
I mean, this is why they traded for him. I think one
Let's
of the best
go.
trades I've
Golden
seen in
State on
regular
5.
season history.
Jimmy's
I know
going
that's a big
crazy right
statement,
now,
Look
but-
what he's done for this team.
Kawhi is not on the floor right now, though. But neither is Steph Curry. I think Jimmy's gonna
This
have
is a
to.
brilliant pump fake.
Jimmy's gonna have to.
I mean, this
gonna
guy,
have to-
he, like I said, it's a big game, and he shows up in these moments. And he's, like you said, he has taken over these last few minutes.
10-1 run by Golden State.
10-1 run. I told y'all to calm down.
Leonard
10
and
minutes,
Zubac left, and the
9.46.
defense
Told
for
y'all
the
to calm
Clippers has
down. I
not been
told
the
all the
same
Warriors
during this
fans,
run here for
calm
the Warriors.
down. When it's time, Jimmy
Butler
will
with 9
arrive,
early
bro.
points. Make it 10. Rattles that one down.
10 points in the first
Averages
quarter.
19 per
Jimmy
game
is
as a member
here.
of the Warriors.
All we need is Steph to come with him
Ben Simmons.
and Pops.
And a solid bench
and we
player
got this.
for the Clippers. 2 seconds.
Let's go in a 3.
The 3 on the way.
No good. We got an 8-point lead.
First quarter.
Let's go.
with the play.
13-1 run.
13-1 run
Let's
by
go.
Golden State to end the first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Ski.
McDonald's meets the Minecraft universe with a Minecraft movie meal.
Let's go.
Empire cannot win.
The revolution is coming alive.
This is do or die.
I'm thinking like a soldier.
Think like
This is for all the marbles, bro.
other sausage.
It's going down. Playout Jimmy is here. Playout Jimmy is here. I told you, Cheyenne. I told you I need to chill. Told y'all. I told Tim. I told Leezy. I told y'all I chill. When it's
What
time
happens
for
when one of the
playoff
most
Jimmy,
famous dunkers
he
of
will
all time
arrive.
goes to the greatest lobster fest of all time?
I make Red
He was
Lobster
conserving his
No, Blake,
energy.
dunking happens.
Now, I
Yeah,
don't
you're right.
agree
Get
with it all the way,
Lobster
but
Lovers
he was
drink with
conserving
2 or
his
3
energy.
choices on one plate at Red Lobster.
Sony Lee? Bro.
You really think you can outflip me?
Oh, my whole...
That's cute.
Every shoe for every athlete, only at Dick's.
Tonight's expert review by Tax Act.
Yeah, and this guy, I just said, as far as impact on a team post-trade, I can't remember somebody. These trades are hard. Look at this guy. It's what he's done on the floor and off the floor. The leadership, the power, and the winning. All Jimmy Butler in the first quarter.
This is where it begins. A blank canvas, untethered by tradition or rules, where we're free to create from what if, not what was, bound only by imagination and the laws of physics. But we're working on that. Welcome to Genesis.
Taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free?
What the fuck is it?
TurboTax Free Edition. 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition and get the most money back guaranteed.
It's time for today's Access, brought to you by Roundup. We're on the sidelines with Ty Lue. Ty, the first 3 meetings with the Warriors were prior to the trade deadline. How does Jimmy Butler change this matchup?
Like I said before, in pregame, he can get to the basket, he can get to the free throw line, he can score, but also he's a common presence on the floor. When Steph doesn't have it going, he's a guy that can take over, score the basketball, and make the right play.
Offensively, how would you assess your start?
We got to handle their pressure. They're trying to pressure us, speed us up, and turn the basketball over, but we take care of that, we'll be fine.
Thanks, Ty.
Right on cue, Katie, because you see great defense there, and Bogdanovich to force a jump ball 8 seconds into the second quarter. Kawhi Leonard is back out there for the Clippers. Leonard had 7 points in that first quarter. Harden had 8, but he also had 2 turnovers. Butler with 10 to lead all scorers. Curry has 9. Or 5 points, rather. Podziemski has 9. Curry is yet to return. He played the first 8 minutes and went to the bench with 2 fouls. Leonard drives into a double team and throws it away. Great defense again by Golden State. Butler to the corner. Green. Wide open look. There's a 3. 16-1. Golden State run.
16-1 run.
They're doubling Kawhi, and the Clippers just turning the ball over. Just lazy passes. The Warriors doing a good job pressuring them, like Ty Lue just said. No field goals, just 1 point in the last 10 possessions for the Clippers.
We locking them down.
On the drop, got caught.
Another turnover. Let's go.
Lead is 11. Warriors looking to add to it with Steph Curry on the bench. Butler on the cut. Guarded by his former teammate in Miami, Derek Jones. And a foul on the floor as Moody gets shoved. Second foul on Bogdanovich first on the Clippers.
And it's opportunistic
Let's get it.
double teaming. You know, here comes Kawhi Leonard. Butler's right there, just meets him in the baseline, and then everybody knows in the passing lanes, good anticipation. And Draymond, he could do this.
We locking him down.
Green averaging 9 points per game, his most since 2018. Obviously, we know about the defense. Certainly has a chance to win Defensive Player of the Year with the injury to Victor Wembanyama since he won't qualify. Did not play 6 games. Shot in and out for Butler. Rebound Zubac. 5 rebounds already for Zubac. Powell has a streak blocked by Moody. The Warriors have turned the heat up defensively.
Yes, sir.
Clippers forcing another turnover.
They can't even get a good possession.
I'll be back.
They're not even getting shot.
What happens when one of the most famous dunkers of all time goes to the greatest lobster fest of all time?
I make Red Lobster famous.
No, Blake. Dunking happens.
Yeah, you're right.
Create your own lobster lover's dream with 2 or 3 choices on one plate at Red Lobster.
Sweet, really? Oh, really think you can outwit me? That's cute.
Every shoe for every athlete, only at Dick's.
Tonight's expert review brought to you by TaxAct.
And this guy, I just said it. As far as impact on a team post-trade, remember somebody. These trades are hard. They look at this guy. It's what he's done on the floor and off the floor. The leadership, the power, and the winning. All Jimmy Butler in the first quarter.
This is where it begins. A blank canvas. Untethered by traditional rules. Where we're free to create from what if, not what was. Bound only by imagination. But we're working on that. Welcome to Genesis.
Taxes was taxing. Now taxes is relaxing when you file for free.
I can file for free? TurboTax Free Edition. 37% of filers qualify. Simple Form 1040 returns only. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. I can file for free.
Now this is taxes. File for free with TurboTax Free Edition. Get them guaranteed.
It's time for today's Access, brought to you by Roundup. We're on the sidelines with Ty Lue. Ty, the first 3 meetings with the Warriors were prior to the trade deadline. How does Jimmy Butler change this matchup?
Like I said before, in pregame, he can get to the basket, he can get to the free throw line, he can score, but often the common presence on the floor. When Steph doesn't have it going, he's the guy can take over, score the basketball.
Your sleep with the all-new Sealy Posturepedic collection starting at $7.99 with precision fit coils arranged right where you need them for targeted support. Shop in-store and online. Only at Ashley.
Look out, 'cause you're right. Have you always had trouble with your weight? Me too.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
With Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.